Hey guys, welcome to Entropia Universe. I had the pleasure of playing this massive online universe, and I was just waiting to explore and interact with its online community. Now this is actually be my first time jumping into this 16-year-old online MMORPG, so I'm actually a decade behind, but the player community showed that they can answer pretty much any question I had. Now this is actually a sponsored video, and so I was given some starter money, or PEDs as they call it, weapons, a spaceship, and a pretty good overall starting inventory to get me going on my adventure into Entropia Universe, Entropia Universe, Entropia Universe, Entropia Universe. So before I did any hunting, any kind of farming or anything, I had to customize my character. This is that part of the RPG that I dread the most. I get so much anxiety because I know if I mess up my appearance, I have to live with it. So I no joke spent like an hour and a half doing my appearance here. And let's see if I was happy with the way I looked. I liked my jacket. Let's see how I look. Alright, well, let's go ahead and play the game. Alright guys, so there are plenty of ways to get around Entropia. There's so many planets too. Let's look at the map here. Let me show you what we have here. This map, this is just one planet. And it would take hours to get around this entire map here. Could you imagine visiting the other planets? There's what, 5 or 6 other planets. I don't even know for sure. But to get around, you can walk. You know, here's walking. You can run. That would take forever though. You have other modes of transportation. You have a teleportation device, which I haven't tried yet, but I can't wait to try it. But what I really wanted to try out was the freaking rocket here. So let's pull it out here. Look in my inventory. Let's see. Where are we at? Materials? Nope. Here we go. Miscellaneous. Here we go. So let's get inside. Hold on. This is my first time doing it. There's my spaceship, guys. Trying to figure out how to take off here, guys. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, look at that, guys. We are flying. We are freaking flying. I wonder if I can land on top of that. Those roofs up there. I think if I keep going up, I can go to space. Oh, I changed my camera here. Here's the inside of my cockpit. I'm just kind of looking around. Let's look at the map here. So you can also set like waypoints. Yeah, see? Because it's so easy to get lost, but this is a lot faster than walking, guys. Let me see if I can land this thing. Alright, so again, this is my first time flying a ship. Oh, here we go. This is the control button to descend. Okay, let's not land in the trees here. Whoopsies. Sorry, guys. This is my first time playing, or it is my first time playing too. Okay, hold on. Let's lift back up. I didn't quite land on the land. This must be painful for these guys to watch. Like, what is he doing? Oh god, everyone's watching me now, guys. Like, what is this guy doing? Oh, did I scratch my vehicle? How do I turn off my engine? Oh gosh. How do I get out? Well, let's try chat. Hold on. Whoop, not caps. Oh, there you go. Exit vehicle. I don't know how I hit that by accident. Or click F. Hold on, I just want to get used to this. Ooh, I liked F better. I like the one key thing. The ship has lost its title. Oh, crap. My gosh, these guys are like, who is this captain of the noob ship? Oh, I figured it out. All I do is right-click it. Yeah, don't press F at all, because F is supposed to be right back in the ship. There you go. I think I put it back inside my pocket. Hunting, guys. This is where it's at. So, again, you know, there's many things that you can do in Entropia, but what I wanted to do was, you know, first, you know, fire my gun and do some hunting. So, what you're about to see, this is going to be my first time actually shooting my gun at one of these critters out here. And whenever you shoot a critter, you get some loot that you can take from it. It's usually not much, at least not a low-level creature like these. But here I am, I'm learning how to shoot for the first time. And there's actually two ways to fire your gun. But the way I used it was, I tabbed for the auto-aim. And then I just hit F1, but that was my hotkey for my gun. So I took that thing out, and then I took out another one. So bam, those are my first times hunting anything. So I got pretty used to the auto-aim button. But honestly, I kind of like not using auto-aim. I like to feel like I'm in a shooter type game and do it like that. But this is me auto-aiming. So there's some multiple kills there. Those creatures were obviously too low for the weapon that I'm using. So I zapped them with one shot each. I think this one actually gets to dodge for the first time. And then it did this really weird warp kind of move where it warped right into me. So I was pretty happy with that. So I decided to go into the Merry Mayhem challenge. And I already know that there's a bigger game here. So here I am. I spawned to this really Arctic-looking mountainside. I'm on top of a looks like a tree house or something. But these are level 20 Mayhem Arinatrox. I totally mispronounced that. But these were a bit more intimidating, especially for someone like me who has no experience hunting. This one got it right in my face. I just stood my ground. You can actually walk backwards though, and that'll help you know, keep the distance between you guys longer. But I decided just to hold my ground here, show my discipline. But when I first entered, it was just me and some guy named Barter, and he had a head start on the hunting. But I got to work, and I started to catch up to him. That's a Cerberus body. So here are two of them. They respawned, and I didn't know that they were gonna like come right after me if you just got too close to it. So this was actually my first time dying in the game. It's not really dying, they call it reviving. So what's gonna happen, I'm going to respawn to the nearest revive terminal, and luckily that was just right up on the treehouse there. So went right back at it, and you can see that I'm now on the top of the scoreboard here for this Merry Mayhem hunting, in this particular room that is. But here I just shot a bunch of these things up and got pretty proficient at it. Now that I learned the basics of hunting and flying a spacecraft, I decided to take on a quest. So I headed into town, looking to talk up any NPC for any kind of mission. So for no particular reason, I headed into Unlimited Hardware and had a chat with Imperial Guardian Liaison Atwell. He gave me a mission to slay 500 robot warriors to test my prowess and to hurt the robot menace. In return, I would get access to random upgrades. He said these enemy troopers were everywhere, but more specifically, there were some west of Jura Plateau Outpost and some more southwest of Fort Medusa. I actually had no idea where west of Jura Plateau Outpost was, so I chose to look southwest of Fort Medusa. So I fired up my spacecraft and flew for about 8 minutes south of Fort Ithaca. I saw some strange creatures below as I was flying, and I just knew I had to shoot them. So I took off again and proceeded towards southwest of Fort Medusa. I just kept flying in that area until I hit a barrier telling me that my vehicle was no longer allowed past that area. So I got out of my spacecraft and proceeded to walk on foot. In retrospect, I probably should have carried the spaceship with me instead of like parking it right there. So I found some level 18 Calamosoid berserkers, but I knew they weren't the robot warriors I was looking for. That's when I saw level 20 subject SH-30. I wasn't sure if that would qualify as a robot warrior, but I decided that I had to shoot at it. It did not go so well. This wasn't my first time being revived, but I had no idea where the nearest respawn or revival station was going to put me. And I didn't really know how to get back to that location where I died. You know, where my spaceship was. But it revived me back in Fort Medusa, which wasn't too far away. But I had no idea where I parked my ship, and I had no idea how to get back out there. So I ran back out of the fort without noticing that my health bar was really critical. So this time, I got killed by a lowly Calamosoid berserker. Then I died again. So here I am panicking that I lost my spaceship. I finally recalled seeing a recall vehicles button, so I tapped that and saw that my vehicle went back into storage. Sure enough, I saw it in my personal storage facility, and I immediately put that baby back in my personal inventory. So, a lot of panic there. But that was my intro into Entropia Universe. It was a fun but rough outing. I enjoyed every second of it. I love that distance with a real thing. Flying my jet from point to point actually took a long time. I could probably start making use of my teleports to make it faster. But I do love the friendly online community who took the time to answer all of my noob questions while I was playing. But I'll be logging on to Entropia Universe again soon. Hopefully to finish this mission or some other mission. And what about my long-term plans for this game? Well, my overriding mission, which supersedes all other missions, to find a player online who has the items that can change my appearance. I really messed up my own face.